Welcome to today's session on search engines. In today's session, we will be learning about searching by various search engines. We can use preferences option in the Google window to select several display preferences. I suggest you to go through the earlier lecture once before starting to have a look at this lecture. There we have been discussing about how to search using the Google, and we discussed until the advanced search option. Now we will continue about the other options available. So we can use the preferences option in the Google window to select several display preferences. Have a look at the figure. You can use Google search preference for making changes in interface, language, search language, safe search filtering, display of numbers of results on a page, results window, and query suggestions. For example, whenever you get the query results, sometimes you have to scroll down, you have to keep on scrolling down to have a look at all the search results that have come. Irrespective of how much you scroll down, again you have to go to the next page, because always the search results are very large in number, running into thousands and lakhs. So it is also possible for us to limit the number of search results on a page. So I always advise you to limit the number in such a way that it fits your monitor and there is no need for you to scroll down. It is also important for you to note that whatever search results come initially, those search results are most likely to have the information that you are seeking, and there are very few chances of you getting satisfied with a search result that is published in later pages. So it is always advisable that you keep this number of results on a page to a very minimal or limited, so that there is no need for you to scroll through pages for information that is going to be less when compared to the information that's going to be present in the initial results of the search. Now let us discuss about the interface language. It is possible to use this option to set the preferred language in which Google will display tips and messages. You can try it setting it to Hindi or any other language which you want. Please note that Google supports a lot of languages, including many local languages of our country. And then we have the search language. We can also use this option to set the preferred language of the pages that are being searched. This is a wonderful feature, because suppose I am looking for a Telugu newspaper, then I can give the option of search language as Telugu and get those all pages which are strictly in Telugu, rather than those pages where there is a match of the phonetics of the input search string. So this is a wonderful feature which I feel. And another option which we have is safe search filtering. We can use this option filter to block all the unwanted contents to show in search results, and it is always advisable to use this filter, and particularly in home environment, because maybe kids, children will be around, and you should always be sure that whenever you search, the search doesn't yield such results which are undesirable to be watched by any person. Forget about kids or adults. So you should always use this option. That's what I recommend. Then we have the option of having the number of results. So we can change the number of results that may be shown in one result page using this particular option which we have just discussed. You can try changing it and you perform a search to see this effect. In fact, anything which we are discussing, you should always try to experiment and share your experiences with us through the discussion groups available on your portal. Then we have a results window. We can use it to open search results in a new browser window. Then there are query suggestions. This is a very important feature. This option can be used to allow Google to provide query suggestions in the search box. This will help in refining your search. Many a times when we search, the output includes a query suggestion asking us to reword the search. Of course, it suggests that, do you mean this? So, if we mean that, we can select it, and again the search is performed, and again the output results are displayed. Now, let us have a look at the figure that is related to the language tools. We can also use language tools option. It presents a window of various language tools. We can use language tools of Google search for searching across language, translating text or a web page and other things. Now, let us discuss the options. One option is search language. We can use this option to type a search word or a phrase in our own language to easily find pages in another language. The result is translated in our language so that we can easily read it. Now, let us have a look at the figure. It is also possible to translate the text. We can use this option to translate any text into a language of our choice. Then it is also possible for us to translate a web page. We can use this option to translate any web pages into the language of our choice for the purpose of viewing. Then there are many products that are developed by the Google and are available for use. So, in addition to being the most powerful search engine, Google also offers some very useful products. Some of the commonly used products are YouTube, Gmail and others. And of course, just have a look at the figure. We will be now briefly discussing about each of these products. In the future sessions, we will be discussing about these products in a more elaborate manner. Now, let us consider the first one, which is called specific search. We can search books, blogs and pictures and many other things on specific topics. So, you select one category and perform search only on that category. For example, if you are looking for a book, then you select that particular option books, so that whatever you are searching for is searched against the books, and if some match is there, that particular match is displayed. Otherwise, your search string will be searched against everything on the web, and many things apart from the books will also be displayed, which is of no use. So, using this particular specific search option will save time for us. Now, let us have a look about the other products that are available. One is Gmail. This is the fast searchable email with less spam. Of course, when I say fast searchable email with less spam, you need to look at the word fast, which may be now given to some other search engine or to maybe another email option. So, Gmail is one of the fast searchable emails with less spam. Then there are other Google products also. One is Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Calendar, Google Chart, Google Meet, Google Sites, Google Contacts, Google YouTube and Google Groups. Now, I will briefly explain you each of these. What is a Google Drive? Basically, Google Drive is the product of Google which enables you to upload the information. Basically, it acts as storage. It is in the cloud. At this moment, you don't think much about the word cloud, but Drive gives you some storage or space wherein you can store anything, whatever you want. And also this particular Drive is integrated with other products of the Google, and you will have fixed amount of storage. You can use storage that much freely, but beyond that you need to pay for it. Then we have Google Docs. Using Google Docs, you can create documents, and the only software which you need is the Google Chrome, in which you can open the Google Docs, or even you have a Google Docs app using which you can work on Google Docs. It is possible for you to open the MS Word documents using Google Docs. Experiment with it. Whenever I am explaining each of these products, you have to experiment and share your experiences on the discussion forum of the course portal of that particular week. Google Sheets is corresponding to the Excel spreadsheets. So Google Sheets facilitates spreadsheets. You can do whatever you can do in Excel and other corresponding software. Google Slides, it is something equivalent to the Microsoft PowerPoint. So you can create presentations using Google Slides. Then Google Calendar, it is one of the most widely used tools. We set things, we schedule things using the Google Calendar. Then Google Chart, we can chart with any person who is there on our contacts list using Google Chart. It is possible to chart after we open our email account, and we will be able to find all our contacts, and whoever is available, it is possible to chart, and or even we can post message through chat so that they can read it later and they can post. Google Meet is something which is being used very heavily. It allows you to conduct an online meeting with 100 people free of cost. Using Google Meet, it is possible to have this particular video conferencing solution, which is also called web conferencing, because Google Meet runs on the web. You can open it in a browser and facilitate 100 people to log in. It is also possible to facilitate more than 100 people, but the free version normally doesn't allow more than 100 people. So in Google Meet, 100 people can do a meeting. This is only an example number, don't go by this number strictly. So basically people can do meetings, their face is visible, their audio is visible. It is possible to hide the face, it is possible to hide the audio using the mute options, and also it is possible to do presentations using Google Meet. So suppose you want to do a presentation as part of the meeting, it is possible for you to present using this Google Meet software, and all the remaining people will be able to watch this particular presentation. So in Google Meet, you can schedule the meetings for the future, you can call a meeting immediately. This is a wonderful software that is really being used heavily during the time of COVID-19. Then we have Google Sites. It's a great product using which we can create websites. Then Google Contacts, it is a product which enables us to store our contact information, our friends' contacts, and all our contacts information. Google YouTube is one of the most widely used products. In fact, YouTube enables you to create channels. So you can have your own channel on the YouTube, and you can have your videos posted on the YouTube. People can subscribe to your channel, people can view the channel, people can express their opinion about your video by liking it, people can post their comments. In the case of IGNOU, IGNOU is having its own YouTube channel, and you can go to it by typing www.youtube.com/IGNOU. Once you go to IGNOU, for each school you have different options. You select the School of Computers and Information Sciences, then you will find many videos that are developed by the faculty of the school, including myself, whom you can see giving a video lecture approximately even 20 years back. Then we have Google Groups. This is again a wonderful feature, because in Google Groups we can have thousands of email addresses, and when you send something, it can reach all the thousands in the flash of a moment. There is no need for you to type the addresses every time. You create a group. For example, in a class there are 50 people or 50 students. So I collect their email addresses, create a group, and anything I want to communicate with the students, what I will do is I will just post it to the group, and automatically all the 50 students will receive the message via email to their respective email accounts. Google Groups is a wonderful way of reaching the people irrespective of the numbers, and its advantage will be very clearly visible when the numbers are high and communications are frequent. Then we have a beautiful software called Google Translate. The greatness of Translate product is that it is possible to translate the written words, it is possible to translate websites, it is possible to translate documents, It is possible to translate speech. It is also possible to translate mobile apps. It is possible to translate the text embedded in images. Also, it is possible to translate handwritten scripts. It also provides pronunciation and the dictionary. So, Google Translate is one of the greatest softwares that are ever developed by Google. And in fact, there are other software also which are doing wonders for translation purposes. One such software is iTranslate, which you can give a try. And there are many other products we will be discussing in the future sessions. Now, let us have a discussion on the essentials of the Google search. Searching on Google is easy. Just type one or more search terms. Search terms are the set of words which best describe the information we want to find. So, these search terms are to be typed into the search box and hit the search button or just press enter key. In response, Google will show you the results in the form of a list of web pages related to your search terms. The most relevant pages will be appearing first, then the next, and as the relevance goes down, those pages will be coming at the fag end. Now, let us discuss some basic tips that will help us maximize the effectiveness of search on the Google search. Selecting the search terms, this is basically the key. So, selecting the right search term is the most important key for finding the right information we need. So, it should be selected very carefully. So, start with the most obvious, but it is advisable to select multiple search terms for better results. Then coming to the capitalization, never worry whether you are typing capital characters or lower case characters. Ultimately, Google is not case sensitive and it treats all letters as a lower case. So, Google searches are not case sensitive, they treat all letters will be understood as lower case regardless how you type them. Automatic and queries. Google by default searches pages that include all the words of your search terms. So, there is no need for you to put and in between in case you are looking for everything, but the order in which the terms are typed will affect the search results. Then exclusion of common words. Google doesn't search for the common words in search terms, being generally unimportant and tend to slow down the search without actually improving the results. So, the search engine ignores the words like in, that, of and similar such words, but for information of the user, Google will indicate if a common word has been excluded. Google has a very good feature. In addition to searching for the search terms, it also searches for words that are related to some or all of those terms. This is called stemming technology. I want you to write a short note on the stemming technology. If you want, you search the Google and you make a small one-page write-up on stemming technology and its advantages and disadvantages, and let's also discuss about it in the discussion forum. Then phrase searches. Sometimes we may be interested to search the whole phrase as it is. To do that, we have to put quotation marks around the search terms. If the word you are searching has more than one meaning, we can avoid one of the meanings by putting minus sign between the word and its meaning we want to avoid. And finally, just enter your search terms and try I am feeling lucky button, or in fact I have to say literally that you just press the I am feeling lucky button. This will take you straight to the most relevant website that is found for your query. So, results are not displayed here. You don't need to select one of the results. Directly it takes you to the website, and that website will be the most relevant website for the search query which you have input. Let us now discuss briefly about the category based search. This is a very important feature of most of the popular search engines which allow us to limit our search results to the category of our interest. It allows us to find out our query while restricting our search to the category decided by us, such as books, blogs, pictures and other things. Using category based search, we can also make our search results specific to the type of file such as MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint and other things by entering the file type extension. The search can also be restricted to the type of websites like .com, .org, .edu and other similar things. So, by making our search category based, we are getting rid of the countless result output that we may not be interested in and truncating our search results to only that which is of our curiosity. Now let's have a look at the other search engines also. Like Google, which we have studied, there are many more search engines available on the web. Let us discuss some of the popular search engines. One of the popular search engines is Yahoo. Okay, Google is most widely used, and of course Yahoo is also very popular. It is one of the most popular portals on the web. In addition to its full featured search engine, it is also offering many more utilities for the users, which include email, messenger, news, shopping and other things. In February 2004, Yahoo introduced its own search database, making its search much more powerful. Before that, it was using the search engines of other portals available on the web. Now let's have a look at the figure. The advanced search option of Yahoo gives the facility to use Boolean operations, use of keywords in the URL, title, as well as in the entire page. It also allows the user to filter the search results based on the period of updating of the page. In addition to search engine, Yahoo website also offers a lot of other facilities like email, messenger, shopping, news, weather, horoscope, maps, jobs, games and a lot more. Now let us briefly discuss about the search results. And now let us consider a couple of websites that we get as a result of our search terms. For example, if we enter the railway reservation as our search term in a search engine, then our search results will also include http://www.irctc.co.in. If we try with search term job search and keep our search limited to the pages from India, then http://www.naukri.com will surely be our search results among top pages. Now let us consider the railway reservation website, which is http://www.irctc.co.in. This is basically official website of Indian Railways and offers various easy access facilities for the users related to Indian Railways. To use all the features, we need to create a login. We can book or cancel train ticket from anywhere to anywhere as per our own preference of seat or berth. We can print the tickets, we can check the schedules, we can find the status of any train, we can confirm the timings, route, stoppages and fare of all the trains running between a pair of stations. Many special offers by railways for the users are also being recommended for the users on this website from time to time. Accessing this site on the web allows us to use almost all the online facilities related to Indian Railways, for which the user was required to personally go to the railways office, and that too during the specified working hours. For example, a lot of time and energy was required to be wasted for getting a train reservation done, which is now possible at the click of a button, and that too sitting at home. All that is made possible by this wonderful thing called internet. Without internet, this would have not been possible. Now let us consider the Naukri website when we look for a job search within the India. There are many job search portals available on the web. We can use any one of these portals or a combination for doing job search. One such common portal is http://www.naukri.com. It is perhaps one of the most popular websites for job search in India. It allows us to search with a lot of powerful options and various filters. To search the web for the jobs available, we can enter the most relevant keywords, criteria for search, experience in number of years, preferred location where we want to search the job, and the related field of experience. We can also limit our search by category of job and also by putting lower and upper limit of expected salary. Using all these choices of selection available on the website, the user can pinpoint his or her searches to find out only those jobs available that meets various criteria. We can also create our own profile and use various facilities offered by this particular website, including uploading our resume for the employers to access. Internet has a number of search engines which are useful for finding information, but can these search engines be categorized? Since the purpose of search engines is to find information on the web, Therefore, the contents may be a good criteria for categorization of search engines. For example, some of the categories of search engines with contents as the criteria are present. Let us start with web directories. Basically, web directory attempts to catalog important useful pages on the web, essentially as subject indices, and we may find them useful if we can identify suitable subject hierarchy under which topic of our interest can be found. Some common web directories include Yahoo's directory, the Google directory, and the Open Directory project, which is called DMOS. Then we have general search engines. These engines are useful for finding any kind of information on the web, and some of the popular general search engines are ask.com, which is formerly called Ask Jeeves, Google, then Ajax Live Search, Yahoo Search, Lycos, Hotbot, Xsite. Then there are also search engines which are having a geographical scope of operation. For example, Rediff and Guruji for India, and Search for Australia, US, UK and New Zealand, Goo, it is a search engine for Japan, JipLocal for Canada and US. Then we have specific accountancy related information search engines like IFAC.net. Then we have specific search engines which are related to business information such as business.com, Global Spec, ThomasNet. And then we have enterprise range search engines such as Microsoft SharePoint search services, Northern Light. Then we have a secure enterprise search of Oracle Corporation. Then we have Trax and also one from IBM. Then there are websites for job hunting, for example, Bixi.com, careerbuilder.com, hotjobs.com, monster.com. And in the case of medicine, we also have like Bioinformatic Harvester, Genie-Knows, Search Medica, PubGene, NextBio, Vadlo. And to store the information related to the people, it is possible that we use PQ, InfoSpace, javasearch.com, ZoomInfo, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. So thank you very much for attending today's lecture on the search engines. We'll be dwelling more on this topic in the future sessions. In case you have any doubts or questions, please feel free to email to pvsuresh@ignou.ac.in. Thank you very much.